Hello and welcome back to Chasing Green Arrows. In this episode, we'll be doing the predictions for the second leg of the quarterfinals of the Champions League. It's the business end of the tournament, and a few big teams will miss out, unfortunately. So let's crack on with the predictions. First game will be on Tuesday. It'll be PSG versus Bayern. The reverse fixture was 3-2 to PSG and that too away from home. So they have that away goal and three away goals. So to Bayern, I think without Lewandowski, they struggled. They had a lot of chances, I think, and they put pressure on the PSG defense and vice versa. I think both defenses were a bit shaky, and it was just that Mbappe was more clinical on the day. Bayern really missed Lewandowski. Will he come back? I'm not sure. I don't think he will for the second leg. They will need him. If he comes back, he'll make a huge difference. Bayern are not totally out of it, but a goal or two, if they concede early on, it'll really take the wind out of them. So Bayern need to make sure that they try to score early on and put the pressure back on PSG. But with Mbappe in form, I think PSG are favorites to win this game. They would ideally need Neymar as well to be a bit more clinical. He gets into brilliant positions. He has really good control over the ball, but I think a bit more clinical when in front of goal. I think PSG will win this game, especially if Lewandowski doesn't play. And I think they have the confidence either way because they have three away goals. I'm going to go with a 2-1 PSG win for this game. That means PSG will go through to the semifinals. And unfortunately, either way, one big team from these two will have to go through. The both finalists from last season. So it'll be unfortunate, but that's how the fixtures are this time around. So yeah, a bit unlucky. And then moving on to the next game is Chelsea versus Porto. Chelsea with the 2-0 cushion, and that too, they won away from home. So they have two away goals going into Stamford Bridge. They'll have all the confidence. I think, after losing to West Brom, they beat Porto, and then they won again against Crystal Palace. So they will have confidence going into this game. The defense has been good apart from that red card against West Brom, so they'll be banking on that clean sheet against Porto in the first fixture. And now they're scoring goals as well. The likes of Havertz is creating, so is Pulisic, he's scoring goals. So I think that'll give them some confidence going into this game. And already a 2-goal cushion, I think Chelsea will, they'll win this tie and go through to the semifinals. I think it'll be another 2-0 Chelsea win. Against Porto. Porto do play a low block. They didn't make things too easy for Chelsea at that time, but unfortunately, they couldn't create up front either and cause any problems. So I think, Chelsea have been impressive against under Tuchel, apart from that West Brom game. So I'll give them the what do you call it, the advantage going into this game. So Chelsea going through for me, 2-0, and overall it'll be 4-0 on aggregate. And then moving on to the next game, Liverpool versus Real Madrid at Anfield. Don't count Liverpool out. I know there's no fans. There's a big difference. But when there were fans against Barcelona, they overturned a 3-0 deficit. They won 4-0 at Anfield. Yes, the atmosphere is going to be completely different. They won't have the fans to cheer them on, but they still have the attacking threat. They have the likes of Salah. Jota is back and he's in form. He's hit the ground running immediately. Mane, I think, he's not been in the greatest form, but he can get into good position. So don't count them out. Against Real Madrid, who I think wonderful performance against Liverpool. I think they played really well. Toni Kroos and Modric rolled back the years. Their experience in midfield was just sublime. I think they showed what they can do. Pinpoint passes. They controlled the midfield, and that's the thing. I think Liverpool will get chances, but then because of their defense, no Van Dijk, they will have some problems defending on the counter attack, and Real Madrid will play on the counter. Real Madrid as well didn't have the two defenders, to be fair, and no Varane and no Ramos, and it was kind of sudden. They've been used to playing with them the whole season, and suddenly they didn't have them in that game. Varane because of COVID, Ramos because of injury. Varane will miss out this leg as well. Whether Ramos plays or not will be important, because if he doesn't play, then Liverpool have even better chance, even though they lost without him. But with Ramos there, I think it gives Madrid an advantage. It will, because I think he'll solidify that defense, and they already have a 3-1 cushion. They're playing away from home, but if Madrid do score first in this game, it'll really, really put pressure on Liverpool. Don't count Liverpool out. They are, like I said, they've done it before. They can do it again, but these circumstances are different. Form is also different. So I'm going with Real Madrid. I think it'll be 1-1 draw, and that means Madrid to qualify on aggregate. And then moving on to the last set of fixtures, Dortmund versus Man City. I think another really good game. It was an excellent game of football. Dortmund really unlucky to not get that Bellingham goal that was ruled out due to VAR for an apparent foul on Ederson. I don't know why that was called a foul. He got the ball cleanly and scored, I think. But despite that, Dortmund did get the away goal, but then City scored. in the end, and to give them an important goal. I think that 2-1 going into Dortmund, the City will have chances to score. They play like football like that. They'll always put pressure on the defense. But at the same time, they need to be careful at the back because, they've already conceded an away goal. They don't want to, over attack and then concede. Pep has done this in previous Champions League quarterfinals where he's over attacked after getting one goal and it's caused him problems. So I think they need to be careful the way they approach this game. I'm not saying to be cautious, but if they do get a goal, defend a bit better, be a bit, you don't need to over attack, keep the ball in your area, slow down the game a bit. I think that's very important for City because they need to qualify for the semis. If they don't, it'll be a lot of pressure on Pep, despite like them doing so well domestically. I think this is what they want. They want the Champions League. And for this to happen, they need to be a bit careful. It's not as straightforward. I think Dortmund, they have the threat of Haaland, even though he didn't score in the first leg, but they played well in that leg. I think credit to Dortmund. They were unlucky to concede, but City will pose a threat. They will put constant pressure on that defense, but it's about that counter attack and whether Haaland can punish them or not. I think it's going to be a cracker of a game. I'm going 1-0 Dortmund. Me, I'm a United fan, so it's difficult for me to predict in Liverpool and City's favor, but hoping for a cracker of a game. I think the first legs were absolutely brilliant. All the first legs, high quality of football. I'm really expecting the same. There were mistakes as well. So let's just say it was high entertainment because there were mistakes. So quality-wise, there were mistakes that you could pick on, but that makes it more exciting to watch. I think defensively, if there are errors, there's goals there, I think it'll make it more fun to watch. But yeah, I think that wraps up the predictions. Really looking forward to this week. Make sure you like and subscribe to our channel and as well participate in our prediction contest, which is going. Whoever wins gets a lucky prize. So, you always can catch up. It's never too late to start. You can check our Instagram page for that. But apart from that, thank you so much for joining me and hope to catch you soon. Take care.